see the coin inventory coming off of the exchanges, and all of the miners are now hodlers, and the potential for some ETF to come in the US at exactly the wrong time, where there literally are not enough coins, and driven by insensitive buying, money flowing directly to an ETF that must track that index. I mean, there's a setup here that looks insanely bullish.
Yes, and I've noted that too, and I've called it the wall of money.
Right.
You know, there is no supply. The only supply actually in the market, to be truthful, is there's a couple of the big funds that rebalance at month end and quarter end, because that's what institutions do, and that's new for the space. And basically, it's the day traders being stopped out or being, cleared out of inventory, because there's no actual supply. And you're putting these elephants into the bathtub like BlackRock. I mean, it's just, there's no room for them all. And then you add an ETF, there is no room. So I think there is the risk that we get, there is a risk, and I don't know what the probability is, but it's higher than most people expect, that we don't stop at kind of 200,000 on this cycle, or 280 where plan B stock to flow is, but we actually go kind of batshit crazy because of this, and we get to 500,000 or maybe even 1 million. I don't know. I can't price that upside, but I feel like the same thing is I've never seen something like it. On the flip side, you can see there are brakes being applied. The brakes have really come now. It keeps shifting around, but currently it's known as FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Right, and you hear this a lot because people are finding it very hard to catch up with the fact there's a parallel financial system being built. So people are cynical by nature. They don't want to believe in Silicon Valley. And I watch this on Twitter all the time. The mean reversionist nature of most people means that they get cynical. They enjoy it going up a bit, and then they turn against it. We don't believe in this. And they did it all the way through with technology, and I'm guilty of that too. And now I've realized that it was wrong of me, because these are exponential rises that go on over time. The wall of money is huge coming into it. And the more the market cap goes up, the more it brings in other people. It's a reflexive loop of a magnitude I've never seen before. So
I remember back in...
Sorry, just to go back, I remember my train of thought was the slowing of the brakes keeps changing with this FUD. But the key one that's going around now is energy.
Right.
That's come from the ECB. Why? Because they want to slow institutional adoption. Because they've created another hurdle now. And I've been having calls with all of these institutions. So now we need to prove that it's worthy of our ESG mandate.
Right.
Because they're legally mandated.
Oh, I love it. And so we're going to start shutting down all the pool heaters.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't heat your pool anymore, people. I'm sorry.
The reality is actually driving a green tech revolution. The richest man in Norway, has just set up a hydro plant to mine Bitcoin, and it's driving actually electricity costs down around the world. So it's a wrong narrative, but it's yet another FUD narrative that we all have to stand up and fight for if we believe in this space. And we've gone through so many of these, it doesn't stop, because what is at stake is the very system of money itself. And I'm not saying it in the kind of anarchist way of we're all going to have a new currency and Bitcoin's the currency of the world. I don't believe that. There's a probability of it, but I don't believe it. And I don't really care. All I know is there's this massive digital playing field that's been built for us to all completely immerse ourselves in, make money from, enjoy. Our business models will change. Everything will change. It's fantastic.
I also think it's really interesting that this is a system that survived, or an ecosystem that survived the March 2020 events without intervention by any overarching central bank, without being bailed out, and the exchanges survived. No one went sideways or bankrupt. I'm sure a lot of traders were stopped out of positions, and there was a reset done. But that system functioned without an overseer trying to manage the parts of it in order to avoid any kind of outcome that they didn't want.
And it functions without system breaks 24/7,
right?
365 days a year.
Yeah.
With, as you say, there's regulation, but it's a truly free market, and it works.